This poem I'm going to read is by Alfred Lord Tennyson, who lived from 1809 to 1892. He is perhaps one of the most famous poets in English language. A short biography of him. I believe that it's important to recall godly men and women from the past and to not forget them because they have passed away. In 1883, near the end of the Victorian era, a tall, dignified man of 75 stood in the House of Lords. With great solemnity, he removed his hat, bowed 3 times, and became Alfred Lord Tennyson. This shy, sensitive poet, whom Queen Victoria had named Poet Laureate upon the death of Wordsworth in 1850, has been called by many the voice of Victorian England. Alfred Lord Tennyson was one of the greatest craftsmen of the English language. He lived and wrote throughout the entire Victorian period and was almost as representative of the age as the Queen herself. He expressed with eloquence the Victorians' faith in the living God, as well as the haunting doubts brought upon some of them by the idea of evolution, and he was not among those people that was doubting. Despite his strikingly handsome appearance, Alfred Tennyson was excessively shy, and his reserve blighted his first year at Trinity College. When he won a coveted prize for his poem Timbuktu, he was too timid to present it publicly, and had to rely on another student to read it for him. During his second year in college, he joined a debating society known as the Apostles, and thus formed many lifelong friendships with some of the most talented students at Trinity. One of the leaders of the Apostles was Arthur Henry Hallam, with whom Tennyson formed a friendship as close and as touching as that between David and Jonathan, and about whom he spent 17 years writing a poem about the death of his friend after he passed away. His non-cynical spirit and his trust in the underlying purposes of God continue to give encouragement and inspiration to readers today. This poem I'm reading is called St. Agnus Eve, and a little background on it. According to legend, Agnus was a Christian girl who refused to marry the pagan son of the Roman prefect Sempronius. For her refusal, she was condemned to die and was beheaded on January 21st, 304. Keats wrote a famous secularized version of the event, but Tennyson chose to stress the original religious elements of the legend. Tennyson's version could be read as the words of the church, the bride of Christ, waiting in expectation for the bridegroom's coming. Deep on the convent roof, the snows are sparkling to the moon. My breath to heaven like vapor goes. May my soul follow soon. The shadows of the convent tower slant down the snowy sward, still creeping with the creeping hours that lead me to my Lord. Make thou my spirit pure and clear as thou are the frosty skies, or this first snowdrop of the year that in my bosom lies. As these white robes are soiled and dark to yonder shining ground, as this pale taper's earthly spark to yonder ardent round, so shows my soul before the Lamb, my spirit before thee. So in mine earthly house I am, to that I hope to be. Break up the heavens, O Lord, and far through all yon starlit keen, draw me thy bride, a glittering star, in raiment white and clean. He lifts me to the golden doors, the flashes come and go. All heaven bursts her starry floors, and strows her light below, and deepens on and up. The gates roll back, and far within, for me the heavenly bridegroom waits, to make me pure of sin. The Sabbaths of eternity, one Sabbath deep and wide, a light upon the shining sea, the bridegroom with his bride.